Hi, my name is Nupur Kumar, and I'm managing partner at Back Professional Inc.
And I'm Kimball Slade. I'm the marketing director at Back Professional.
All right, and we're here today to talk about another round of stimulus checks.
Yes, and the fact that you have to claim them on your tax return, which I did not know.
Yeah, well, you have to claim them on your tax return, but the bigger thing about claiming them is not to show them as taxable, but so you can get the difference. So we'll go over how to do that for sure. But do you want to go over the thresholds of what people will be receiving?
Yeah, so what I was reading was that for individuals who make less than $75,000 a year, they each get a $600 check. For couples who are filing jointly and make $150,000 a year or less total, they get $1,200. And then for each independent who's a minor, there's another $600.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you are above that threshold of 75K for filing single, 112,500 for head of household, or 150 for married filing joint, it doesn't mean that you won't get any amount. All it means is that there's a phase out, just like any other type of credit. So what's going to happen instead is if you are making, let's say $75,000, let's say 75,100, you lose $5. So it goes down $5 every $100 up to that amount. So that's something to keep in mind. And I believe they're going to be sending out checks or direct deposits as early as December 28th. So people will be seeing them for the holidays.
Okay. And is that based on your tax return from last year?
Yes, that's a good question. So for the prior stimulus check, they were using the 2018 details. Yeah. I believe they should be using 2019 details only because they've now had 6 months to fully post all of the tax returns that were filed at the beginning of the year. So most likely it'll be based on 2019. But one good thing to know about is that if you didn't get the $1,200 or $2,400, whatever amount you received in the beginning of the year, and if you don't receive the $600, it doesn't mean it's gone. There is a way to claim this on your tax return so that you can get the difference back.
Oh.
So yes, definitely. So I've had a lot of questions about this. Is what am I going to do? I never got the $1,200. Do they get ripped off? So that's something that's important to keep in mind. So there's something called the economic impact payment worksheet that we use as tax preparers. You should do something akin to that next year when you're filing. And it's really important where if you're filing yourself or if you're bringing it to a tax preparer, to have the amount that you did receive. And then we're going to calculate the amount you were supposed to receive. So we'll fill out the economic impact payment worksheet based on all of your 2020 details. And then the credit that's going to be given back to you is called the recovery rebate credit. Huh. Yeah. So we're almost into the next season. So it's really important to keep in mind, keep a note of what you receive and, have some type of detail on what you're supposed to receive. We'll ask those questions when we're filing. But that's going to be something that's really important to keep in mind when you're receiving the $600 or whatever amount you receive.
And does everyone receive that economic impact form, or do you find it online and fill it out?
So it's going to be within any tax filing software. If you're using TurboTax or you're with a tax preparer, there's going to be some type of new form. Every year we file taxes, there's some small changes to the tax filing. This was launched a few weeks ago, so we're really excited to see this because we expected that there'd be a form to fill out, but it's going to be called the Economic Impact Payment Worksheet or something akin to that, and you'll be using the credit called the Recovery Rebate Credit. So if you didn't get the $600 or you're waiting on it, you're supposed to receive it, you will be able to claim it as a refund in your next tax return.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good to know. And then one important thing that has come up is I didn't know this is the first part of the year where after they signed off on the stimulus check, the $1,200 that a lot of people were receiving if they were filing married filing joint, they should have received $2,400. However, what happened was if, let's say I'm married to somebody who's in Italy, I have an Italian husband. So hypothetically, but an Italian husband, and he was yes, exactly, and he had just come to the country, and we had gotten married. He's still getting his Social Security in order, and we filed together. In that situation, I wouldn't have been eligible if I was married to him for my check. So this was a pretty big problem in the first part of the year. I believe they've resolved this in this portion of the year. So you should see a pretty significant change this year. If not, just hold tight. That's my recommendation. Last time, it honestly took months for these checks to go out. And as you know, we're still going to be looking at claiming them next year. So if you didn't receive a stimulus check, well, I know it'd be great to receive money now. If it does happen next year, it'll happen next year. So that's something that's really important to keep in mind. And I have not seen any details launched on the IRS portal yet about the current $600. So don't rush the IRS portal yet. It's not going to be really helpful. Wait it out. And as I said, if you can wait till January, which I know is hard for a lot of people right now who are going through a lot with, who aren't able to work right now. But if you can wait, instead of calling the IRS, it may not be helpful. So I wish I had more information beyond that, but that's about all that we've been given so far.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
All right.
Well, that's the stimulus check. I'm excited for more money to be coming to Americans who need it. And I think we'll keep updated. Obviously, we're going to have to discuss the CPP and a lot of other details in our next video.